Hey guys, Jarell here, back with our episodes of Travellers. We're on to the season finale of season 1 already. This is episode 12 and I'm not quite sure where this is going to go now, because in the previous episode Trevor tried to save his school teacher, which didn't work out, and she's now been taken over by a programmer who has come back to try to fix the brain issue that Marcy has, and the fact her host brain is completely underdeveloped, and she suggested a complete wipe and a reset of her consciousness from when she was first brought here, without actually telling anybody that she'd already done it and had a look at that screen. They tried to get her home because she said she wants to think about it, and that she has a life she doesn't want to forget, and the life experience she's had since she's been in the 21st century, especially with David. So they took her home, rang David, said get home as quickly as you can, and he was too late. And he walks through the door and she says, "Hi, I'm Marcy, I believe you're David and we know each other." How the hell are they going to explain any of this? All they can say is long-term amnesia. I don't know. Let's go find out. This is the season finale, episode 12.
What was that all about? Did it hurt?
I can't tell you that.
Because you don't remember.
That you knew me on a professional level while I was undercover, but that we were friends now. And I've been staying here temporarily.
Was a bit more than
And that's
that.
it?
What's her name?
Oh, here we go
You
again.
gonna do this here? Fine. What's her name, Grant? You want to talk? Let's start the conversation with that.
How did you know?
Not for sure, but I guess I do now.
God,
If you want to know when, was the last time we had sex after your surprise party.
Yeah.
At the time, all I could think of was, wow, where the hell did he learn how to do that?
These wounds are fresh and it looks like it was done by a scalpel.
Right. Yeah, you, you performed minor surgery on yourself. You installed something called a vagus nerve stimulator.
the only thing that seemed to help, or at least bought you time, was the lumbar punctures.
I couldn't have done that by myself.
You didn't.
He helped.
I helped.
This is your problem, exactly. You let people walk all over you. You need to establish dominance. Next time Renee says something to you, disparage her home life. Her mother's had a DUI.
Miss Day, can I talk to you for a minute?
Let's not pretend I have a choice. What is it?
Oh, it's her. Oh, shit! What is this? A hit? Well, that was cocky.
Whoa, 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 hey!
Hurry up!
Hey! What are you doing?
She's drowned.
Let me go! Go after her!
Hey, do what? She's a kid.
A kid is trying to stab me to death!
Why? What did you do?
What did I do? There's something more going on here.
Maybe she was just targeting you.
Of course she was targeting me.
You sure it wasn't just a student with a bone to pick?
No, I was there. You remember the family who had their historian misfire? I'm pretty sure it was the daughter.
I've already told you there's a faction in the future.
No one but the director has the capability to send travelers.
Tell them what you did.
I reset the director.
What?
Rebooted its OS through a virus in order to protect it from corruption by the faction. Well, the director is a highly advanced quantum AI program, and I'm the lead programmer, so no, not impossible.
You reset an AI that's been running every facet of our lives since long before I was born, and not to mention every mission?
Before you were born, maybe, but not me.
What's happening in the future while it's offline?
Chaos, probably.
The faction doesn't believe in the grand plan. Even before Helios had basically no effect on the future, they had already started a mission to abandon ship. Your team knows firsthand the brutality they're capable of. So I came back here into the 21st to stop them.
I inherited it from my host. The historical record was wrong. You know, we should spend some more time debriefing you. There are a lot of...
What? You just kept taking it?
Yeah.
You were helping me wean off it, but I had a little bit of a setback.
No more than 8 units. If you take more than that, it's because you want it. And I won't stand for that. And from now on, I'm keeping track of how much you dose.
I must admit. Oh my god, she's back again. Jesus. Holy shit!
I had no choice. She was gonna shoot you.
She was.
Yeah, she was.
You saw that, right? Carly, what the fuck are you doing?
Don't know why.
Carly, you need to stay put. Carly! Carly!
Reset?
Of the director.
That is too far.
It was the only way.
Not by a long shot. I was sent back to assemble this.
What the hell is
Directors
that?
had teams working on core elements for months.
This is a quantum frame.
Yes, it is. If things get bad enough that the director has no choice but to escape the faction, it can send itself here to the 21st.
Officer Boyd, how can I help? Jesus, what are you doing?
What'd you do?
What?
What did you do that would make the director give an order to kill you?
I think you already know I didn't do anything wrong, or we wouldn't be having this conversation. Your orders didn't come from the director.
What does that mean?
What was the message, exactly?
Kill 3468, so not a lot of room for interpretation.
What the hell just happened?
So here's something awkward. There's a man in my apartment who's looking for you, and he has a gun.
I'm FBI. Look, I need you to go home right now. Pack a bag, go to your mother's for a few days, maybe a week.
What? What's going on?
I'm dealing with a situation at work.
It's dangerous.
It's not safe.
You're serious?
Listen to him.
All right. Don't worry about me. I'll go right now. Just tell me that you're gonna be all right.
You were the only witness. That's all that I killed that girl to save you.
You
just can't run off to leave me to deal with this.
Holy Christ!
Hey, Mars?
Duck.
Duck.
Yeah.
What?
Duck down now.
That was fucking fabulous.
Oh, God. You shot him.
What'd you expect me to do? He was gonna kill you right after he killed me.
I gotta call the police.
No.
If you insist on bringing them into this, I need you to tell them that you don't know where the shot came from.
As of right now, this entire farm is protected by a space-time attenuator field.
Covers the whole farm in a 100-yard radius. Nothing will penetrate it. As soon as we know the director's back online, we'll be safe when we can turn off the defenses.
Sorry, boss. Nothing. No other teams reporting that they've encountered this. Everything looks normal on the deep web.
Just you.
Well, there's nothing to report if you don't survive. Get down!
Jesus.
You know, if you're gonna go on pretending to be her, you've got a lot of work to do.
You
Look
have.
who's talking.
And what's that supposed to mean?
Your school record says your previous self was a recalcitrant bully whose only redeeming quality was a gift for something called football.
Just get to the farm. We'll be right behind you.
Oh, no.
What is it?
I left Poppy behind.
Who's Poppy?
Aww.
You mean it belonged to your host?
No, I just thought it as a pet.
I told you this shot came out of nowhere.
Well, not nowhere. It came from your neighbor's apartment. We're gonna take a statement from your neighbor. Maybe she saw someone. And you're obviously holding back information, including the nature of your 2 cell phone calls prior to your calling 911.
Stop what?
Look at this. Look at this.
Bored.
The director must be back online.
That message could have come from your girlfriend for all we know.
But she doesn't call me 0115.
Well, then it must be the faction. You received that mission from the director before I was able to send the reset.
Obviously. I got here before you did. What difference does it make?
It was still vulnerable to corruption by the faction at that time.
What's going on, Trev?
Oh, we were just having a conversation.
At gunpoint?
I'm not gonna shoot anyone, Ellis. Put the gun down.
And I just received a mission from the director to destroy it.
By messenger?
Text. I went out of the range of the attenuation field.
That message could have just as easily come from the faction.
Or the faction gave you the order to build the quantum frame for their own purposes.
There were rumors they were trying to build one of their own in Shelter 41.
Shelter 41 collapsed when I was a kid.
This is something you remember?
We all remember. It was a structural flaw. The weight of the ice was too much.
So we're setting aside Protocol 2 now?
It collapsed at exactly 0600 as the Reveille bell rang.
The people of Shelter 41 are very much alive, and the founders of an underground movement against the director, which eventually became known as the Faction.
It looks like all the grand plan has done so far is screw things up worse than before. But then again, the director didn't send any of you back into the body of a young man addicted to heroin.
Listen, we cannot second guess what we came here to do.
How was that?
Someone's on the property. Perimeter breach.
Assassins?
The faction probably followed you here.
Marcy, Philip, since you're not occupied with gun pointing at the moment, would you go have a look outside, please?
We have to destroy the quantum frame before they get here.
But don't do it, son.
Boss?
You know what you have to do.
Don't.
Alice, there's another way.
Oh my god. He's just shot her.
One right there.
Oh no, it's now shot him as well.
Marcy, help Trevor!
Oh my god.
Traveler 3468. Mission aboard. Destroy quantum frame immediately.
They're coming in!
Freeze! FBI, drop your weapons!
FBI? That was too much information to process in one episode. I literally have nowhere to start with that. Okay, I'll give it a shot. So we know what we didn't know at the beginning of this episode for certain, that the director is a quantum AI. That's number one. Two, we heard about this faction. We didn't know who they were, where they come from. All we know was this faction didn't exist when our team of travellers first came back. So the future has changed. We don't know how it's changed, why it changed, or what changed it. However, we now do, in a way. We don't know what changed it. Obviously, events that our team have done, whether it was the Helios mission or not, I don't know. This Shelter 41 we heard Philip talk about before when he was high, that it was a big structure that thousands of people were in. Obviously, it's given us more information now. It collapsed under the weight of the ice, and that's what they remember as part of their history from when they were young. But that never occurred now. So all the people that were in Shelter 41 have become part of the faction, who are the ones who want to get rid of the director and make it that all these decisions are done by humans or them rather than an AI. That's number two. Number three, none of them at the moment can trust any messages coming from anywhere, whether it's a text message direct from the director or a messenger or anything, because Grace has informed us that when she fixed Marcy, she sent a code back which completely took the director offline to reset it because it was vulnerable to what the faction were doing. That's number three. There's going to be a lot of bullet points here. Right, number four. Because that happened, she is now questioning the farmer guy that he got his mission to build that quantum frame when the director was still vulnerable before all of this took place. So that could have come from the director, or it could have come from the faction through the director. So the quantum frame could be the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do. But it's supposed to be for the director to be able to come to the 21st century if it feels threatened or is not secure where it is. However, that could also be interpreted as because he got that mission prior to the director being taken offline by Grace. That could have come from the faction for them to come here rather than the director. Okay, that's number four. Number five, they're all getting messages, mixed messages, to kill one another, so that is clearly the faction. But how are you supposed to decipher between what's right, what's wrong, what's come from him, the director, and what has come from the faction? Which is why they're all pointing guns at each other. Number six, Now his entire FBI team, including his partner, somehow for whatever reason have now turned up at the barn, and they're going to have no idea, because it's the FBI, what the hell's going on in here, why McLaren's here, what that machine is, what it does. Oh my god. Did anybody else that's watched this find this episode just ramped up by a factor of like 10 from all the other episodes and the information that they fed us? On top of all of that, we got this thing going on with David, because he's a good guy. He's felt he's needed to inform the police as to what happened, but he should have let Marcy clean things up, get rid of the trace of the phone calls by getting Philip to hack into the database and delete them, get rid of the body. Now he's going to be answering questions that he actually can't answer, and whatever ones he can answer he's going to have to lie about. On top of that, because of this teenage assassin, Grace probably now can't call back to work because it was a teenage girl that attacked her in the school. Trevor probably can't because he beat the crap out of a teenage girl. And then on top of that, Marcy's old cop boyfriend has now saved her life in effect because he saw the teenage assassin trying to kill her and was about to shoot her. So he has had to call it in that he's shot a teenage girl in the chest, in the street, and now he's in a load of shit, but now Carly has leverage on him for that, if she so chooses. There was just way too much information going on in one episode. It's all ramped up. Basically saying everything so far that they appear to have done seems to have made things worse. And it's created an alternate timeline where there's a faction that is trying to take control, and that's caused all this mess. But we don't know in particular what mission made this Shelter 41 survive. I have no clue, guys. That's got to be one of the most complicated episodes of this series I've ever seen so far. I hope it doesn't get any more complicated than that. And I don't know where it's going to go from here, because that was a season finale, and boy did they throw it all at you at once. I can't even begin to surmise where we go from here now, because Grace has just got shot, Trevor's just got shot, the FBI have just turned up, McLaren's in this shit. They don't want to know what any of this is, and we don't know who's ordered any of this. Period. Will that do? I feel like I should have taken notes on this episode. There was so much going on. I thought Dark, the other series that I do with my missus, was complex. This just ramped up so much in one episode that they give us so many different pieces of information from here and from the future, and confused us as much as it's just confused the entire team, not knowing what to believe, who to believe, where it's come from, and what's it supposed to be for. Even Carly has just had a kill order to kill McLaren. So did they destroy this quantum frame? Did they turn it off? Did they not? I don't know. I haven't a clue. All I can say is roll on season 2 episode 1, because I need some sort of resolution to that abundance of information that they've just thrown at us, and I will leave it there, and we will discuss it more at the end of the first episode of season 2, when maybe they don't throw so much as at once and we get a few answers. Damn, guys, honestly, I feel overwhelmed after that. Right, that was the season finale, episode 12 of Travellers, season 1. I'll be back for episode 1 very soon. I hope you enjoyed that, and if you're watching this on YouTube and it's the cut down version, I apologise if I can't fit in all the information that I need to that's just been given us in this episode, because I feel as though when I come to edit this for YouTube, I'm going to have to cut so much information out that a lot of it's going to appear disjointed and be skipping parts. I'm going to have to try and choose wisely and pick carefully which little scenes I leave in for it to make any sort of sense, which it's probably not going to. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I apologise if the episode you've just watched, the 10-minute episode that I'm allowed to post, doesn't make any sense. And if you want to watch the full episode, go watch it on Patreon. Right, that will do. Post your comments down below. Please don't give away any spoilers or any answers to anything I may have overlooked, because I could quite easily have overlooked a lot there and not realised it, because my brain was spinning trying to decipher everything that they gave us there, and still watch the episode and still take yet more information in when my brain was already soaked with it like halfway in. Damn! Right. Please turn on your subscriptions, turn your notifications on, hit that like, and I'll see you for the first episode in a few days. Till then guys, thank you very much for watching. I need to go take a rest after that. See you for the next one.